Hey guys, so today I'm going to bring you another highlight video with the ramp Kakaitis deck in Dragoncraft. So a quick run of the deck, then we'll go into the gameplays here. This was, I believe, these games were streamed on Twitch, so if you're interested, the link will be down in the description down below. You can follow me on Twitch, you can follow me on Twitter, stuff like that. And there'll also be a link to the person who I got this deck list off of. I think his name is Blue Reboot. I'll put his YouTube down below. Because that's where I got the deck list, and it's really fun. It's not the most competitive, I had a good run with it, but it is quite a fun deck to play. So basically, the main aim of the deck is to ramp up to Prince with Kakaitis. So he's a 9 mana 7/7, and when you play him, it deletes your deck and replaces it with Kakaitis, with the Kakaitis deck, which is a set of 13 cards. I'm not going to go through them all, but there's like 13 cards, and they're all very, very powerful. So like if you get to him, you have a good chance of winning, because they also have good effects like 5/5 Storm, banish all enemy amulets, 1 mana draw a card, add 10 to the original cost, follow spells in your opponent's hand for the next turn, 1 mana draw 3 cards, just stuff like that. It's really, really good. There are big answers and stuff to a lot of stuff, really fun. So here's your main goal. So with that, you run obviously the ramp package. So you're running Dragon's Oracle, which gives you an empty play point orb when you play it. If you draw a card, you draw cards with Overflow's active, but that's like occasional. It's not the most. You want to play it as early as possible. Then you've got your Annie Rose, which also gives you an empty play point orb when you evolve her. She also deals 1 when you play her if Overflow's active. Again, it happens sometimes. It's not massive. We're playing 3 of the Dragonic Core Amulet. So if you play it for 7, it recovers an evolution point. But during your turn, when you evolve a follower, you gain an empty play point orb and recover 2 play points. And then the amulet is banished, so it's fine. So it's another bit of ramp. So if you play Annie Rose and evolve it with us on the board, with Dragonic Core on the board, you gain 2 play point orbs instead. The other way we have to gain play point orbs is Genesis Dragon of Disaster. It's got an accelerate ability of 4, and it gives you an empty play point orb. And if you can evolve and have at least 1 evolution point left, it will use the evolution point to deal 3 to all followers. So it's a good bit of board clear early on against things like Forest, and you can use it on 4 to get rid of Heavencraft stuff as well if they're playing Alana, if they've already got a board up. And if you play it on 10, it's a 10 mana 7/8 with Storm. So it can help finish games off as well. So with that, you also run the draw package. So you've got Disciple of Disdain and Servant of Disdain. Servant of Disdain's whenever it takes damage and survives, it draws a card. Disciple of Disdain, when you play him, he'll deal 1 damage to a follower and draw a card. And then you've got your Righteous Dragoon. So most of the time, it gives you 2 options. It's a 2 mana deal 1 everything, or a 4 mana deal 3 to anything, any enemy, and then draw a card if Overflow's active. So you normally take that as an extra option to draw. So along with that, you're running like 2 Hulk and Dragon units. You see a big ward body, hard to remove. If you evolve him, he can't be affected by, destroyed by spells or effects, and he only takes 1 damage at a time. So he can clear off normally at least 4 followers. He also has Rush to clear off 1 during the turn you play him. Got Poseidon as well. He's okay early, gives you a 1/3 ward if you play him for 2, and if you play him on 8, he's a 5/7 with 2 1/3 wards. Galmuk's just a solid card all in. If you play it for 7, it evolves itself, and it deals 1 damage to all followers, and its main ability is when it takes damage during your turn, if it's not destroyed, evolve it. So if you play it for 7, it deals 1 damage to everything, including itself, and evolves itself. When it's evolved, once a turn, whenever it takes damage and survives, it will deal 3 to a random enemy, and then a random enemy follower, and then 3 to the enemy leader as well. So that's basically the deck. You run Disdainful Rendon, Massamini as well, as they're just like solid. Disdainful's good to remove, Massamini's really good. You can play him early if you want, but later on he's really good to clear big boards. If you have like a bunch of little guys out, you use him and they don't take any damage, and everything gains rush if it's a Dragoncraft follower. But yeah, that's the deck list, so we'll get right into the highlights. Because I thought they were quite fun. I was playing it quite a bit today on stream. I played it from here to here, and I actually won the majority of my games, surprisingly. Because I've not had a good... This is like the 2nd or 3rd time I've tried to play Dragoncraft, and I've not really had a good record with it. But it went quite well this time, so we'll just get into these highlights. I will be showing 2 games off. As you can see, I'm rank AA0 right now, so I did get promoted quite recently, so I'm quite happy with that. So since I'm like AA0, I'm just kind of mucking around with different decks instead of sticking with like Evo boards and stuff. But yeah, so we've got our mulligan here. it gives us a little bit of curve, because turn 2 we can play Poseidon, turn 3 we can play Core, turn 4 we can play Annie Rose if we want to, but obviously we're great Dragoncraft players, so we draw the Dragon's Oracle for turn 2. And we're up against a spell boost deck, I believe. So we play the Dragon's Oracle, and we just play the Golem, that's fine, that doesn't really matter. Turn 3, well it's 4. Well, it's 4 mana for us, but it's turn 3, so we play out our Dragonic Core and hope they can't remove it. They play Fate's Hand, they draw 2, and they play Solomon. I'm just going to skip through like some of the early stuff. So they play Solomon, they get the seal, they do the damage. So we play Annie Rose here and we'll evolve her. So we gain 2 play point orbs here, and we recover 2 play points because of the amulet's effect. So here we're going to play out the Righteous Dragoon. We'll take the Handspur for the extra draw since we're in the overflow already. So whenever we decide to play that, we do get the draw. So they play out the Eleanor here, it's fine. Then they've got the Wind Blast to deal with my Annie Rose, which is kind of sad. I don't like Annie Rose, I think it's a really good card. So it's turn 5, but we're just gonna play out Poseidon here. Poseidon's really solid. So evolve the Poseidon and trade it, and then the Dragon's gonna trade as well. Just try and keep the board present as much as possible. So this is just showing how good ramping up can be if you can keep the tempo going once you've ramped, and you don't lose the board early enough. Like if you don't lose the board early when you're ramping, and then you manage to start getting your tempo off when you're up to the higher play points, you can just sort of overrun the opponent. So as you see, I'm going on to turn 9, like, and they're on turn 6, which is quite nuts. So putting out a Poseidon here, we're going to evolve him again. So we'll get 2 evolved Poseidons. That is us out of play point orbs though, but sorry, evolve points. So we trade here, let's go face. And turn 7 they need to deal with this board. It's really hard, which they can't do it. They can deal with 1 Poseidon, they give up. So that was the first of the 2 highlights I'm going to show you. And then, I remember the list will be there as well, so if you want to play it, feel free. So we're going to go with this one as well. It's Ringcraft here highlight. It's another Ringcraft highlight, it's a different game. It's just the same class, different game. But, so we'll get right into it. I do really enjoy this deck though, I have to say. I'm enjoying playing this deck today. I played it today on stream, I was really enjoying it. Yeah, I did get some help from some viewers, because I think I'm only like rank 20 with Dragoncraft, and most of that was doing the story, so I did need the help that I got, you know. And the viewers were really helpful, like giving me tips on what to play and stuff. So again, the insight, turn 1, I'm just going to skip past it, not much happens. Turn 2, Masamune, it's fine. Their turn 2 is just Jet Brim Witch, which gives us a free trade. Well, again, we can't evolve till turn 5 this time. So we'll go trade here, and we'll play out the core and just set that up for when we can evolve. Because like we have the board, we might as well set up the core while we still have the board, instead of falling behind on tempo. So we could play out the Dragoon here. Take the Handspur again. I tend to find myself taking that more often than not. We use the Disdainful Rendon to clear the Goblin while still controlling the board, and it means we don't have to trade in the Masamune, which means he's still a threat if they play something like a Tetra. But they deal with the Masamune here, but he could potentially have killed something else that they played and evolved if they didn't have an answer to him. So the Tetra is going to trade into the Dragoon, and then he's going to Delta Cannon away the Masamune. And it comes to our turn 5 here, and as you see, we're really good at Dragoncraft, so we draw Annie Rose when we need her. We evolve the Annie Rose, we're going to gain 2 play points again. 2 play point orbs, and recover 2 play points. So we're just going to trade away the Annie Rose here, and since we're in overflow, and this is me just finding out in this game here that Dragon Handspur can go face. I didn't actually know that. Like, I just assume most cards are follower, so I played it, hit the face, draw the card, we draw another Annie Rose, which is more ramp if we need it. They just start going for it, they decide to deal with my face as well. All matching me, gotta match my player, all a bit rude. And at this point, I don't understand why I done it, to be honest. Like, I remember doing it and being like, what the hell have I done? Why? I just play the Annie Rose out and I just evolve them. And I don't do anything. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. I mean, it gives me ramp, which is nice, but at the same time, I have no idea why I did that. Really no idea. So they play out the Tetra, and they can trade the Tetra in again. So the Tetra survives, and they can heal it up if they want to do. So obviously you're going to heal it up, you might as well. So we draw the Genesis Dragon, but right now it's going to play the Galmutes here. Until it clears off the little guys. And it evolves itself, because it's great. We're going to play the Masamune, so the Galmutes can trade it in the Tetra without taking damage. It will also trigger the Galmutes effect, where it will deal 3 to the enemy. So it gives us a way to clear the Tetra for free, and deal 3 damage to the face. So they got Delta Cannon away Masamune, they play out the life form. I always call him Mechanized Lizard, I don't know why. But if you've ever been in my stream, I always say it. So it's became a habit, the little Mechanized Lizard. So he evolves the Mechanized Lizard, and it kills our Galmutes here, it's fine. So he's only got a Tetra, he's not evolved it. I would have probably evolved the Tetra if I was him. But again, it doesn't really matter because he's not going to gain the repair mode because his hand's full. So we do an Oracle to draw a card, and we draw another Oracle, and then we play Galmutes here. So again, Galmutes is going to clear off the Tetra, and it's going to push 3 damage to the face here. And they can't draw, but they play out the Mecha Staff Sorcerer, deals 3 to Galmutes. And then they just start throwing out Zealots, and they're throwing Zealots at us like nobody's business. Double Insight, and then he just chucks out another Zealot. Trying to eradicate us, it's not nice. So we draw the Poseidon here. Lucky, the god of the sea has arrived. So we play the Poseidon, disdainful rending away the sorcerer guy on the side. There's a sorcerer, right? Yeah. Right, big sorcerer. And then we've got our 2 wards up to block the Zealots, which is really nice. So he gives himself that effect where he can he regains play points for playing Machina cards. Now he uses the Verdict to remove 1 ward, he removes the second with a Zealot, and then he come face. That's puts it down to 8. But luckily we have the Genesis Dragon in hand here, so we just hit him with the Poseidon, play Genesis, Storm 7 to face, and that's game. So that is the 2 highlights I want to show off. It's the deck I've been running recently, it's really fun. Again, I'll have the links down below if you guys are interested. Feel free to subscribe for more content, stuff like that, all that stuff. But thanks for watching guys, hope you've enjoyed.